everybody. So today was the first day of my area manager experience. It was Ascend, it was day one. It was really cool, it was super quick, it was easy. So what I wanna do is just walk you through what my experience was exactly with it, and then just kind of give some advice and some insight, and also touch on a couple of questions that I've received in the comments, or also on DMs with Instagram, that I'm going to just bring out to the broader audience. So first things first, when I arrived, there was a lot of cars there. So parking is really tough, so I would definitely suggest, number one, drive your route before you go to work for the first day, because when I went to work today, this morning, I took a couple wrong turns. I was still early, it was fine, but give yourself extra time. Also, give yourself extra time in the parking lot to also park, because parking is pretty rough. Also, after that, I basically went into the facility and I stood at security for a little bit, waited for my badge. If you go in and you're waiting for about 30 minutes to get your badge picture taken, that's normal, you're doing the right thing, so just that's okay, so that's fine. Once you get your badge, somebody came up to us. There were 4 of us new area managers that were going through the orientation that day. What they did first was bring us to a classroom. In that classroom, essentially what she did was walk through what we were going to do that day. All that we were going to do that day was a site tour. We were going to get our laptops, and then we were going to complete our I-9 employee information, and that was basically all that we were going to do. So the first thing that I noticed when I walked into the site, past the employee gates, was how seriously and strictly they are taking COVID. There are screens all around the facility that are taking your temperature, which was really interesting. Every single place that you go to walk is sectioned off with little railings and ribbons so that you can't pass people. They have social distancing stickers that say 6 feet, but they're probably more like 9 feet away from one another. So they're taking it very seriously, and everybody that was in the facility was honoring those rules and respecting that, which I thought was amazing. In such a huge facility that everybody was, from what I saw, everybody was on board. Throughout the tour, it was really cool because we went from inbound, from getting everything off the trucks, all the way through picking and packing and shipping out. I'm obviously new to this, so I don't know all the terminology. We went through a lot of things today that I'll be relearning and retaining over the next couple of weeks. But we saw what was the most complete version of the process that we could. My favorite part was seeing the robots zip around, Amazon bots, that had all of the different materials on them just going everywhere. So that was really cool. I think that it was a really helpful day to kind of get in there, start networking, start meeting the other area managers, listening to their experiences, hearing about where they're from. I met a couple really nice people, and the learning area manager was amazing. Her name was Charlie Standard. She was really cool, super helpful, very energetic. She told me about the affinity groups. I guess Amazon has about 8 affinity groups. I identify in LGBT communities, so I was really excited to learn that Amazon had one specifically for employees that are in LGBTQIA or wanted to be an ally. I like to be allies of the other communities as well, so I definitely foresee myself taking advantage of being an ally on the other affinity groups, and I would encourage other people to do that as well, especially since you're going to be in a position where you're managing people, right? You want to be able to relate and identify with those people, even if it's not part of your identity that you're trying to associate with them. So that's a piece of advice there. But yeah, not too much to cover in this video. It was 4 hours that I was in the facility. It was really eye-opening for me to get in there and see it. It made me super excited to get started. It made me feel really motivated, and it made it feel real, right? I came from moving from Denver to Dallas, and this whole process has felt real, except for the work aspect of it, right? I've lived in my new apartment. I've met people out in downtown Dallas. I've done all these things, but I haven't had the chance yet to go into work. So now finally doing that today, even though it was a couple hours, really rounded out the experience of relocating. So if you're someone who's relocating, I am gonna do these videos called Coffee Talks. So Coffee Talks are gonna be not related to Amazon. coffee talks are going to be just about things that are different types of topics in life to go over. Maybe it's like learning how to invest. What should you do with a sign-on bonus? How do you negotiate a salary? How do you land your first internship? How do you land your first job? And it's going to be my quick take, coffee talk style session in each video, walking through that and hopefully providing people that are watching with some sort of information or inspiration on how to do those things just from what I've learned as an adult myself. So I'm happy to share that. I'm excited to do the coffee talks. Look out for my first one. It should be coming soon. And as always, if you have any questions about Amazon, comment on the video or send me a direct message on Instagram. My link to my Instagram is in my About section on my page. So yeah, so that's really it. I'm going to give another quick video after I go through the pathways process, which is the next, I guess it would be more like the next week and a half, because I have 2 days of virtual work at home orientation tomorrow and the next day. And then starting next Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, I'm doing the Process Pathways program where I act and work as an associate that's on the team that I will be the area manager for. So I'll give a couple reviews on each of those different subsets of things that are happening. Yeah, I love connecting with everybody. I didn't think that I was gonna have so many people like comment and everything, and I love it. Like, you know, I wish that I kind of had something like that going into my first job with General Electric, or even going into this with Amazon. I love it. So I think it's going to be really helpful to those of you that are taking advantage of that. That's networking, right? This is what is happening right now. Is, yeah, it's through YouTube, but that's networking. You never know where it could bring you. Somebody commented on my video saying we found out that we were both at the Dallas site, which is really cool. So now we're going to meet each other at some point when I'm actually in there full-time working. And that was through chance on YouTube. So you never know if we're going to cross paths or if somebody else is going to cross paths. Read through the comments, right? This is networking. So let's take advantage of it like you guys and girls have. And I appreciate all of your feedback. It means a lot to me. So I'll continue doing these videos. And until then, keep ordering on Amazon. I don't know.